So I don't know how that intro sounded, but seemed like OBS was crashing on me. Really hope it doesn't do that. But we are going to join into our second match of today, which will be between New Kicks Turbo and DiversityGG. I haven't actually paid attention to who's attacking. So seeing that everyone isn't complaining, I think we should be good. Question mark? I mean, for my defense, they haven't told me who was attacking, so I just had to guess. Which, in that case, meant having the default settings in. But Blitz and Lying being the first to be banned, bringing the Year 3 Season 1 combo completely out of the mix. Clash also on the rim of being banned. Which is nice to see that Mira isn't getting banned every time, but this time it's Clash. Can't say I'm going to miss her, really. Look at her, she's not looking like the nicest person. She really is the only one with that expression on her face out of all operators, isn't she? I mean, Pulse has no expression, so Pulse also out. Definitely going to miss him, but not as much. But Clash, not at all. But with that being said and done, no matter if I miss them or not, we are going to see New Kicks Turbo again, this time against DiversityGG. Again on Coastline, then on Consulate. And if it goes to a third map, we are going to see Clubhouse. Penthouse Theater Defense going out immediately for Diversity with Jäger, Vigil, Bandit, Mira, Legion for the defense, Glass, DKAB, Ying, Ash, and Thermite. And on the defense, we are going to see the 5 players, Phenom, Zera, Cracks, who actually I have pronounced correctly from the beginning, Amom, who I'm not going to pronounce completely at all, and Rypro. On the defense, we are seeing, on the attack, we are seeing no changes, except for the operators. There's going to come out there's going to be a Blackbeard instead of the DKAB, Maestro instead of Legion for the defense on Zyro. And with that, the Penthouse Theater defense will ensue. DiversityGG had their shot in first round. Actually didn't look at how they performed. And I've got no time to do that right now, seeing that I'm in game. But they performed good enough to get to the second round and actually bring out and actually get their place in the semi-finals. Now all they need to do is win 2 rounds and they are going to get their place in the league in stone, at least for the winter. Which of course is the goal for both teams this round. And well, we are going to see how this is working for both. Zyro actually picking the first Maestro we're going to see today. Probably not the last one, if I'm honest. Oh yeah, nice to see some difference. Parker now getting up on the Blackbeard. There's also a Glass coming up for Ed. Which Glass was banned last time, now Ed is bringing him out. And we're seeing why he was banned. Zyro immediately falling to the ground. Yeah, renders all Evil Eyes next to useless. Yes, of course you can still see through them, but you can't shoot with them. I mean, in general, they weren't the best option to deal damage, of course, but finishing off a low health opponent or target, or actually trying to distract the player with the diffuser, worked out with them. That's not going to come this game or round. Ed finding him immediately, now dropping down, or soon dropping down into the bathroom. Arco getting the next kill against Amom. The pro is still down there. At least finding 1 drone, but how much is that going to give you? Phenom also down there. Cracks the last player alive on site. He's in theater. He's got at least 1 window right with him. Phenom finding the first kill, and he's now slowly going up there. Repro hoping he can find anyone in VIP. There's one player right in front of the window. That's just good, and he's finding the first headshot. Bringing this all down to a 4v2. Just good, immediately taking out one player. Flashbang's coming in. Mira will be taken out by Kabauta, and now it's all down to Phenom, who will be also taken out by Kabauta. He will bring this to the 1-0. So, New Kicks Turbo actually starting this off really strong. Bringing this to the 1-0 immediately with no chance for DiversityGG to actually do anything. And how many players stayed alive? 4, which is better than the first round against Cryptick Gaming. Having 4 players stay alive, that's something to deal with for Diversity. And if they can't get around this, this first map isn't looking too good for them. Going to be honest, but let's see how well they are going to perform in the later rounds. Penthouse Theater now coming out for them again, and for now it's the 1-0. The Bandit on Armon being switched to the Ella, switched again. Thermite being put to Maverick, but Ela is still staying on Armon. So, no really good anti-utility or anti-hard breaching on the defensive side. They lose their Bandit. They still have anti-utility in form of course, the Jäger. But I mean, you don't really need the Bandit if your enemy team doesn't even bring a Thermite. Which in this case is going to be the Maverick on Craxon as the 6 pick. I mean, there's not much you can do against Maverick, is there? So, yeah. Pyro, again, playing Legion, dropping down there now. They switched up something. They definitely, I said again playing Legion, they definitely switched up the Maestro. He died immediately in the beginning. They are now bringing out the Legion, trying to do anything with that. I mean, they could try to again do this with a Maestro. It's not like Maestro was a bad pick, it was just like mispositioning, immediately Syro dying. So they could try a Maestro again, but they are bringing up the Legion, switching it up a little bit. Pyro, he's right with him. There's a player right in front of them. We're not too sure who that is. That should be Just Good. He's now running in from Hookah. Got 2 players right in front of him in Billiards. He's opening up. Repro now moving towards him, trying to get some shots off. Actually, Falco being down on the ground. He needs to be picked up as well. They need to get towards him fairly quick, because time's running out. Well, actually, not too much. 2 minutes 15 left to go. But 1 player being down on the ground, that's... I mean, with him walking towards him and walking back, that's half a minute completely wasted on picking up 1 player. Which could, in the end, mean the whole round. Just Good now in Hookah, trying to deal some damage against the 2 players playing in Billiards. Right now, I think it's only Repro left there. Yeah, because Zyra from Aquarium will drop down and try to get a kill from there. Rex on side. Phenom on side. Side and Zyra now trying to go in from down below. Still hoping you can see anyone. Actually, on Phenom, we are now going to see the FMG9. Going to bring that out. There's no impacts on his side. He's going to bring out 2 barbed wires. 3, isn't it? Yeah, but no impacts, which means he can't really do anything, which is a complete, well, to open up walls, which is a complete downgrade for Smoke. He will be flashed and killed by IamMBenji, so we're now going to sit in a 5v3. Kabauta finding another kill, Falco finding his 2nd kill, Repro still staying alive, trying to come in from behind. He's got Armon with him, but Armon will be flashed. Repro just a little bit, finding the kill against Kabauta at least. IamMBenji getting rid of him, now it's all down to Armon. 1v4, at least he will be finding the glass, but not killing the glass. Glass still alive, 25 HP on him. That's 1 pistol shot for Ed. And bring this to the 2-0. Will, of course, be the glass on Ed, who did so much work like the last rounds. There's so much barbed wire on the ground. He did so much work the last rounds. Just, I mean, the first round, he was able to immediately get the drop on at least 1 player with a smoke. That player, of course, will be Zyro. But then the following rounds, actually, I'm at, I think, getting 2 or 3 kills on that round. Bringing this all to a 2-0. I'm at on, 4 kills. Kabouter also on 3. Kabouter with the Ying is also performing. We've seen that in the last game. And if you bring out Kabouter, he is definitely going to do something against your enemy team, which is definitely going to be killing him and damaging them really good, because 3 kills, 2 assists. He's been in 5. He's been what's it called? Part of 5 kills this game. Technically 6 with his own death, but 5 kills, that's more than anyone else on his team. So Kabouter really is anywhere, and he tries that. He shows complete strength, tries to rush in, tries to find the kills. He's not staying back. So now, Cracks playing on the Mira again. They lose their second round up there in the theater penthouse, meaning they now need to go towards the kitchen defense, which of course isn't your most preferred and desirable defense, but it could still work out. It really could still work out. Venom setting up his mute jammers. A 2-0. Really good looking right there for Turbo. And I don't like the defense going out for Diversity, because right now they still have 5 players on the side. Okay, I was going to say, are they going to reposition someone? Yes, of course they are. Repro or Ripro? Probably the latter. Right now, playing this in Sunrise, will be spotted by a drone. Needs to be careful not to be killed through the wall. Also Zyro on another drone, taking that out at least, but needs to reposition as well. Ripro still in Sunrise, but Blue Bar is already getting pushed. Also 2 players in offices. Diffuser is dropped, but not through a kill. He's at least going to find Just Good, but Just Good still staying alive. He's on 50% of his health. Pyro could try to get behind him, but for now he will not. Ripro right now back on site. And Zyro finding another drone. Probably not the best idea to get in from behind, but because right now your enemy team is going to be expecting that. Kabouter, you see right here in CCTV, already looking forward to Zyro coming in from behind. But Zyro now switching positions. He's now upstairs. Some damage being taken by a goo on Falco. Will be put out immediately. And the Maverick on Cracks in it. Again, opening up that wall. Trying to have this little hole to see if anyone is trying to defend the kitchen. Which, for now, he's just getting shot at. It doesn't work at all for him. And he doesn't even see where that enemy player is coming from. First mirror window opened at least, but there's still a 5v5. 1 minute 20 to go. No one even dying, no one even in the red with his health pool. Which is impressive, actually. But really bad for... Who's attacking? Really bad for New Kicks Turbo, who now need to use their last 1 minute to get multiple kills and the diffuser plan, which is going to be a hard job to do. The Pro still trying to get a kill on the illusion. He will see 1 player, 2 players, will take out Kabouter. Get some more damage down on Craxon, who's now down to 75 HP. Still being flashed. Falco getting the kill against Cracks, 4v4. The Pro down to 25 HP. Venom. Mute, still on side. Craxon finding a kill against Armum. They are pushing in, but Phenom with another kill against Just Good. 3v3, and Phenom also to service entrance. There's still 1 player on service entrance, that's the Blackbeard. He's pushing around, his shield will be down, also he will be down as well. And now it's a 1v2 for IamMBenji. He's down, he's already inside the kitchen, but he needs to find that Mute, who's just waiting for him to push around, will find that kill, and Phenom will bring this to the 2-1 for DiversityGG. Had some really strong attacks for New Kicks Turbo. But those attacks really... I mean, I really feel like those attacks completely were based on momentum. They used the momentum they had to rush in, to try and get kills. And that worked. That worked. They completely overran their enemy team. Right now, in the kitchen defense, you had this whole time where they were stalled completely in front of the kitchen. Which I don't know, didn't look too good. They stalling themselves out took so much time off of them. And that time being completely off of their shoulders. Yeah, completely lost the round. Like I said, being in, I mean, 2 minutes and 40 and not even getting 1 kill, not even getting any player to half of their health. Oh yeah, no, really didn't look too good. So, 2-1, and DiversityGG again going up to Penta's Theater. That's one side. New Kicks knows how to attack. If they can do that again, they might be able to bring this to the 3-1. Because, well, Diversity was just able to win one side for now, weren't they? I mean, they also tried to just play 2 sides for now, but they were just able to win one side, which was right here in the kitchen. They aren't going to see the kitchen again this complete half. So they need to be careful, because New Kicks, if they get the hang of them again in the next 2 rounds, they are going to sit on a 4-1, which I completely do not think is going to happen. But it could happen. It might as well happen. And that surely didn't look intentional. How did that still work out? Ed completely missing a smoke. That smoke fell down. Still getting the kill against Phenom, who just ran out of the room completely in Ed's sideline. He didn't need his thermal vision, but it just helps to see a green enemy on your monitor screen. And yeah, brings this to a 4v5 right away. Everyone else for Diversity right now just staying still, hoping they get pushed unlucky for their enemies. Pyro, he played it with the FMG and pistol. He's now bringing out the shotgun and the SMG, which could work. Question is if it will. Falco trying to get 1 stun in, but at least get 1 out. Completely depleted 1 Jäger ADS. Smoke still on the shotgun around the window. He will see that Blackbeard, but turn his back away to him, actually. So, the Falco now down 25 HP, still on 75. That's good, will be seen by 1 camera. There's also Craxon on his side. Already opening up as Thermite with his first Thermite charge at first wall. So now they should be able to go in, but also Crax will be able to come out. And just good, didn't expect that at all. Flashbang going in, Crax just completely dodging that. He's still alive. Second flashbang going in. Crax still not being flashed. Armam getting another kill against Craxon. And now the diffuser's on the ground. Repro finding Ahmed. And now it's all down to Falco. Falco in a 1v4. And I think they've done it. Yes, they got the Penthouse Theater defense and brought this to the 2-2. A draw again being set up for Diversity. And with that, they've got even grounds and can easily try to take this map back. Looked really good. Problem for them was just sitting back so much and really waiting again for so long. They've gotten the first kill. They easily should have tried to go in with 3 people from the same side, 1 from the other side, and they had 1 player on the window. I think Ed didn't die till the end, actually. Yeah, so they could have done that. But again, they wasted their time with just sitting there. I mean, yes, they try to prepare, but if all you're preparing is going to take 20 seconds, and you're still going to sit there for at least a minute, yeah, that time's not well spent, is it? So now a 2-2, and New Kicks really need to try and get out of their habit of just wasting their time. which sometimes their time isn't wasted. I know they are trying to get the picks to try and hope that Diversity is going to make mistakes. But the way Diversity is playing this last 2 rounds, they aren't going to make those dumb mistakes. They are going to stay alive as long as possible. And if New Kicks isn't going to push them, of course, stay alive. There, Cracks now on the mirror. Opening up to billiards. 2, 3 players downstairs, 4 with Armin. He's playing on the Jäger. So, of course, we've got the bar defense, which we haven't seen in the last 2 maps. We've seen Coastline twice, but never actually the bar's defense, which is now going to come out for Diversity. Last defense they've got, if we're not going to an overtime. Let's see how this is going to go. Max setting up another window. He's also got 1 window up in Hookah. For now, there's only Phenom up in Hookah. How are they defending this? They've got 3 players on side. Armin also with them. And of course, they've got their Legion. I would like to switch to him. Thank you very much. Upstairs in Hookah. He's now been pushed back to the hallway. Needs to be careful because he's just a sitting duck out there. Jackson will try to drone him out. Drone immediately destroyed. Phenom's position, of course, known. There's 1 doorway, of course, opened up. His mirror window will be seen. I'm Ed coming from the side. Sitting on the rooftop. Position of the Legion known. And what a nice drop that was. That looked really graceful from our perspective. Yeah, and with that, Phenom just completely dropping down. He's safe. But with that also, the only one upstairs to defend is Repro. And all he has is 1 yokai. So, yeah, you could try to defend this with the yokai, but it's not going to work. Repro is just trying to see where his enemies are, if they are going to try come in. And maybe even get 1 concussion on there. The floor now opened up. Repro trying to stay alive, trying to see if anyone is going to try and kill him. Of course, needs to also be careful that he's not getting pushed from the hatch. Parker getting the kill on Repro. Bringing this all to a 5v3. Koskabauta also finding the next one. Cracks now dying. Ed still alive, finding the kill against Cracks. And now it's all down to a 4v1. All down to Phenom. At least got the kill against Just Good. But will be taken out by Craxton. And this is more like it, New Kicks. This is more like it. Of course, you're spending a lot of time preparing. You're spending a lot of time just sitting outside trying to get in. But as soon as you're going in, you're using all your 5 players for their best attempt, the best they could. And you're going in as fast as possible. And you still have some time left. Of course, it's still a 5v5. But it's a possible 5v5. I mean, they got unlucky that they didn't get the kill on the Legion. But that round, right away, they had players inside, just running through. Kabauta, not Kabauta. Who's playing Legion? Phenom? Phenom on the Legion, I think? Was just sitting there. He was a sitting duck. He really needed to get out of there. Even took some damage in the meantime, I think. And the immediate push, the immediate possession of the upper level was just working out for New Kicks Turbo. Diversity therefore losing their 5th and last defense. 3-2 lead still in the hands of New Kicks Turbo. And well, protect your bombs from being defused by attack. Diversity now trying to win on the attack. They bring out a Thatcher on Repro. They bring out the Ash, the IP, the Thermite, and the Blackbeard. On the defensive side, we get an Echo again. We're going to see Mira, Legion, Frost, and Jäger. So, a 3-2. And, well, the defensive side right now just setting up, waiting for their enemies to come around. Repro still sitting there on the Thatcher. Phenom as Ash. 5 seconds left before insertion. Setting up outside with his drone. So actually what you're seeing is no one is actually going far in with their drones. They are actually saving them, which of course is a good thing to do. You want to leave your drones alive for as long as possible. Marco now coming around as Frost. Going to be able to see anyone, but he's got his position in Sunrise now set. That's good. Trying to hold off the lobby while he's actually just through the lobby very quickly. Still players down there. If I just get maybe even the possibility to stay down there, try and get those kills. Marco still in bars. In Sunrise actually, just waiting. Venom. He's been near the Frost, but he's actually not close enough to see her. Pyro also not on his way in. Krex is already upstairs as Thermite. There's no one really pushing in. They've got drones in, of course, but 1 minute already gone. At this point, new kicks on their last attack had already at least dealt some damage to the enemy legion, which in this case will be Kabouter. Yeah, of course, wasn't the enemy legion in the last round. This is a really slow attack out of that position, but it could still work. They now bring in Zyro. He's down in the toilets, down to the kitchen, trying to move around. -1 will be triggered by him, so his position should be known or could be known, and therefore he needs to be very careful. Kabouter was trying to see if he's going to come from downstairs, but unlucky for him, he watched that hole too late. Because that IQ is already gone. Ahmed still trying to see alive. Just good. Still on the hallway. Trying to find any player down in the VIP area. Which for now is no one. Just good. Now sitting in Hookah. Needs to be careful that he isn't going to be pushed. Which of course he will be. I don't know who that is on the other side. But I'm going to say it's Zyro. Zyro getting the kill on Falco. I think actually it was Zyro. Yes, it was. Zyro now sitting in billiards. Just waiting for his enemy player to come around. He's got 1 kill. Just good, still staying alive, losing 25 HP. On the other hand, I'm at falling to the ground. Zyro still trying to attack. But the most important thing is that he's not even holding me off from seeing what's happening on the side, which I should probably switch to that with Kraxon finding the kill against Krax and Repro. But he's also just keeping Just Good back long enough. But right now, with the kill on Just Good, this is now going to be a 2v3. C4 coming out. Kraxon with 3 kills. Bring this to a 2v2. Will be killed by Phenom. Phenom finding the kill against Kabouter. And bring this to the 3-3. A draw again for Diversity. And now question is, can they get the lead? They really took their time attacking. Which I don't like. You might have heard out of anything that I'm really a fan of trying to rush in, trying to get kills, which they didn't do. They really took their time. They played the longest amount, just sitting back, hoping they can find kills against their enemy team. Just wasn't possible for them, was it? They didn't get kills the longest time, but then let the IQ going in, and that IQ did so much. Started off the round perfectly. Zyro, of course, in a bad position in the toilets. Will be seen through Agu. The Legion on Kabouter just looking at him through the floor. He had no way of getting up there. But him walking around, going upstairs, trying to see if he can find any one of their enemy players from behind, did the trick. Because with that, he had 2 players inside. He got the kill on 1, held Just Good back long enough for them to be able to plant. Of course, the attacking side of Diversity is going to lose a player, but also the defensive side. And if the defensive side is already down 1 player, that is hurting them a little bit more. Especially if that player is going to be your Roma, and you've got no one who could try and flank your enemy team. Then, what I really liked was Krax. Is it Krax? Kraxon. Krax is the player on Diversity. What I really liked was Kraxon, who just sat there as Mira, got 2 kills, 3 kills, nearly got the ace to save it for new kicks. In the end, died to Phenom, who got the 2nd kill and brought it to the 3-3. Good effort on Kraxon's side, better effort for Diversity, who are able to win this next round. So, 7th round, open, even grounds for both again. And Rex already on his way inside. Well, at least setting up his claimer. Like, the way they are playing this, I'm thinking they are trying to attack a little faster. Zyro at least opening up the hatch to the bathroom already. There's a yokai coming out. I don't know if he's seen Zyro. Not Ed, no. On a, I'd say, aggressive position. Completely in the penthouse. Will not be able to see anyone, but he's got Just Good with him. Just Good on the Jäger, trying to find his enemy team. He knows there's someone up there, he just can't find him for now. Zyro, still on his drone, will now open up the window. Just Good needs to be careful that he can get out of there. He will actually get out of there, but really close because Zyro is still behind that window and might have even been able to see him if he was just up a little bit further. Pro still on the Thatcher. To see any one of his enemy players be able to do so for now. Phenom, with a hole open up right behind him, will at least see the mirror. Might enable him to find a kill. Jackson, you're not safe on your position. Question is, what is Phenom going to do? There's a player on the staircase. That player has been spotted. Phenom really careful and going in there. That's one ash charge going through. Will not do any damage. Well, actually, Craxon will be down on the ground. Needs to be picked up. 1 kill on Armam. Getting this all down to a 4v5. Armam coming around, getting counter. At least the pickup on the mirror will be successful. Armam taking some damage to Goose. It's now a 3v5. I'm at through theater, at least finding Armam as well. Ripro finding Craxon. I'm at still staying alive with his MP5. And still isn't able to find his enemy team. Diffuser still not being planted, but will be planted soon. Actually, 2 players down on the ground! Didn't even see that. Falco is playing Maestro and he's getting 2 kills on Evil Eyes. And now it's all down to 1 player. It's all down to Zyro, who is alone, completely alone in a 1v2. There's 1 Echo and there's the Maestro. He's just waiting on that glass to come around. Will deal will actually deal no damage. Zyro will be able to find that kill. We'll see that Evil Eye, but he needs to get that diffuser. Has he gotten that diffuser? Yes, he has actually gotten that diffuser. Phenom is going to be the player that's going to die in a 1v1. Diffuser will be planted. Falco needs to find the kill against Zyro. He's now playing in the theater. He's got the mirror window ready. He's peeking out there. Falco on half of his health. Zyro finding that last kill and bringing that 7th round in the hands of Diversity. A 1v2 really well played for him. And for Diversity, this really went out of their own hands. This really went bad really, really fast. Because they didn't even notice the Evil Eyes. They didn't even pay attention to those. I mean, neither did I, to be honest. Yes, of course. But you need to keep track of those if you're trying to attack. Because you know there's the Maestro on your enemy team. If you're not going to pay attention to those, there are going to be 2 players who are going to be put to the ground quickly. And those players, of course, will be soon put out of their own misery. In the end, really lucky on Zyro's part to clutch a 1v2 situation with those Evil Eyes still being around. But problem, of course, on Maestro being on those Evil Eyes is they don't deal too much damage. And you leave your teammate who's completely alone. Completely alone. If you were to, I'd say, push up as Maestro, you could at least try to get those kills. You could get your team in those Evil Eyes, try to spot the enemy player. So at least your Echo knows and your Maestro knows moving up. But I don't like the fact that for the longest time he was playing Maestro. Actually have forgotten that. Okay. However it was, I don't like that he played so long on his Evil Eyes and therefore put the Echo on probably Craxon in a 1v1 situation. If he would have gotten out of there, immediately got up there and tried to get the kill, tried to help his team, this might have been the 4-3 for that is New Kicks. But right now Diversity getting the 3-4. New Kicks needs to win 2 rounds in a row, 2 rounds to at least get to an overtime. 3 rounds in a row to at least go and win this map without an overtime. Kabouter still on one armor panel, opening up towards DJ at least, but not placing his armor panel there. Probably trying to push out as soon as he hears someone rappelling in. But is not going to be the case for now. But Repro already droning in. He's soon able to see his enemy on the other side of that wall. Is indeed droning in, so Kabouter will be spotted, and his plan of maybe even pushing into DJ booth will not completely go through. Because Repro knows. Repro patiently waiting, he's got his darts. I think he's even setting up so he can't be pushed. That smoke's going out, he's dropping in. Well thought of by him. And perfectly executed as well. Armam already dropping down. He's in the bathroom. He will be take some damage through one goo. And at least try to find an enemy player. Also, Repro taking some damage through another goo. Kabouter finding 1 kill, just good. And Falco finding 2 separate kills. And now it's all down to Repro and Cracks. Repro will down to Kabouter. And now it's all down to Cracks in a 1v5. He needs to find an ace. Will be seen from VIP. At least get the kill against Kabouter. Well executed, but there's still an Echo Drone, a Yokai running around. That Yokai is soon going to try and at least spot him out. Just good, taking some damage through the wall, going around, turning around, finally good against Craigs, and bringing this all to a 4-4. So, we are still staying on even grounds. This is still going to be the draw. Diversity not able to get a 2-round lead. Which means they are going to have to stay back for the longest time. But right now, one team might be able to win 2 rounds in a row and actually win this with a 6-4. One team needs to win 2 rounds in a row if we're not going to see an overtime. And I really, really hope we are going to see an overtime. Because this, again, is one close match. Valkyrie, Jäger, Vigil, Legion, Mira going in for Penta's Theater, Capital, Ash, Twitch, Thermite, Glass on the defense attack for said spot. Penta's Theater defense, I think, hasn't really worked out for New Kicks, hasn't it? Which is surprising, but they are also not trying to move off that. I mean, right now would be the perfect time to move off Theater, because if that doesn't work, you may be just wasting rounds. I mean, chances are they are still going to win this round, but you may be just going to waste your rounds. You could just try to play Hookah. I think you've won the Kitchen before. That's the one they've won. But you could try Hookah. You could also try Bars. Also, actually, this is one of the only maps where... I mean, all sides are really viable, but I mean, those aren't the worst sides. I mean, not one of the only maps. Not really, no. I mean, as a map maker, that should be your attempt to make every single side viable. Of course, there's going to be one side that is going to be more viable than another one. That's on the case for every map, but having the clear choice for 4 sides is really important for a map maker to hold that in. Which I reckon Rainbow Six has done really well, or is going to do really well in the future, with little tweaks and fixes like they have done on Clubhouse, which, mind you, we are going to see as our 3rd map, if we're going to see a 3rd map. So stay excited for that. But right now, we're still sitting on Coastline. Kabouter as Vigil, and I'm at finding the first kill against Cracks. Diffuser therefore dropped. And I should know that as well. Actually seeing another player. It's Ripro, who's at least taken out the Black Eye up in DJ. But his position is also known. So he needs to be careful. But right now he's not getting pushed at all. Phenom already in. Trying to go through blue bars. There's Kabouter. Kabouter taking some damage, but he at least knows where's enemy players at. Zyro finding the kill against Falco. Repro finding the kill against Kabouter. Going in from bars, coming in from behind. Finding this to a 3-4. Actually seeing more C75s in play on Vigils and the KABs, which, again, I quite like. 275 isn't a bad weapon if you've got a huge amount of luck in most of the case. Because you can't really say it's too much to do with aiming. Vexen, 26 HP. Trying to get the kill on Zyro, but Zyro still staying alive, using his glass to take that Mira out. Now it's all down to IamMBenji. He's gotten the first and only kill on New Kicks, and Just Good, who again needs to prove how good he really is. Because a 2v4 is not the easiest thing to do. But you still are set up for that, because you've got the Legion, meaning you don't need to care about too many positions, because you can easily hear when someone is going to come from behind if you've got a good Legion mine set up. That's good. Now on an aggressive path inside the side, we'll find the kill against Repro, we'll immediately go back, retreat and try to find another kill. One player already on side, one impact coming out, Zyro finding the kill against Ed. Diffuser is going to be planted, but Zyro with the kill against Just Good, bringing this to the 5-4, and Diversity, therefore, again taking the lead and looking good also in this first map. I mean, the first 2 rounds, I began shivering for Diversity, because that didn't look good. But on the other hand, New Kicks really looked well with their own plays, which, again, made me feel different for New Kicks. Diversity really got back. They tried to grabbed the edge, and pulled themselves up. Thing is, right now they are still pulling themselves up. And New Kicks is staying on that ledge, trying to just put their foot on one of their 2 hands. Didn't work out for them for now, because it's a 4-5 and Diversity is still up on the ledge, which would mean they will win that first map. But New Kicks could still kick them back to an overtime, which could happen in this next round. Panthers Theater, again, going in for New Kicks, and I've said it before, might not be the best idea. A win could happen, but I mean, didn't happen the last 2 rounds. I think we're now playing this 3 rounds in a row. Panthers Theater just doesn't really work for New Kicks. Question is, are they going to get the turn, do the 180, and actually pull this off? They need to pull this off if they still want to win the first map, which of course they do want to do. Just Good as Legion now already on his way down, setting up his Legion mines, of course. Like I said, if you've got a Legion, you don't really need to worry if you're getting pushed from behind, if you've got your Legion mines placed in a good position, because you're definitely going to hear this. And if you're playing the Legion, you're going to see this if you remind yourself where those Legion mines are. Which, in my case, I'm pretty sure I've got short-term memory loss. Of course, that isn't working. But for another player like Just Good, that might work differently. Of course, on the IQ, which isn't a direct counter for a Legion, but can still see where the mines are. Just Good now sitting behind the bomb on B in Penthouse, trying to see the IQ. He just announced himself. Pro already on his way inside. I've definitely seen a player in the bar. Question was that? That's the Farke. Repro's drone being put in place. I don't know if you've actually seen him. Farke's position might actually still be secure, because that drone stopped in a weird angle and didn't look at Farke. I think Farke thinks the same, and Repro actually not going in the bar. This might be bad for Diversity, because they are thinking they are completely covered from behind. There's no one in the in Sunrise. If Farke plays this well, he can come from behind without them even thinking of about it. Now trying to hold off towards the kitchen. There's one player on the side. Right now not trying to get the kill. Phenom getting the first kill on IamMBenji. And again, mind you, Craigs with the team kill on Ripper. Mind you, No Kicks wants to win this round, and they are now losing 2 players. 3 kills going in for Diversity. Of course, one of those 3 kills is a team kill, but it's still 3 kills. One of those just in favor for New Kicks Turbo. Gregson on the Mira, still waiting. Falke getting the first kill on Phenom. Still a 3v3. It's still more than possible for anyone. Gregson just waiting as Mira, just hoping he can somehow get a kill towards the hallway. They definitely need a kill without anyone dying. Falke being able to get the kill against Zyro. It's now down to a 2v2. X going in from behind. There's still a Legion. Now down on the ground in the bathroom. Armum running completely into Falke. And now it's all down to Craigs, who's now in a 2v1 situation. He's got one player right behind him. Is going to come around towards him. That's the Bandit. He will fall to the ground. 1v1 against Craigston. Craigston completely alone. 15 seconds left to go. What is Craigs going to do? He needs to get that kill because I don't think he's going to be able to plant that diffuser. We'll see Craigston. I won't see Craigston at all. Craigston coming around the corner, finding the kill against Craigs. And with that, a 5-5. An overtime again in our second match in our first map. And that's the second overtime in a row we're going to see. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see many more today. New Kicks Turbo versus Diversity. Definitely going into an overtime. And a kitchen service entrance defense. Mira, Castle, Legion, Echo on the defensive side for New Kicks. I think I've turned something on right below me. Yeah. Oh well. Let's hope you turn off again or don't make any sounds. Capital, Ash, IQ, Thermite, and Glass on the attacking side. Let me just quickly. I'm probably going to hit my. Oh, it's off. Okay. Okay. So, where were we? 5-5 overtime kitchen service entrance, which actually did work out for New Kicks Turbo. And the Glass on Zyro being switched. Which you could do. Being switched to Twitch. Haven't seen Twitch at all today, I think. I mean, you could switch Glass, but Zyro performed so well on Glass. Let me just quickly get up that scoreboard. Zyro on 10 kills. Also Falke and Ahmed. Also based on 10 kills. I feel like everyone is performing well on both teams. But, like, Zyro did so well on Glass. And you could still work with a Glass on the attack for the kitchen. You could try and go in through service entrance. Use 2 or 3 players, one with a smoke, set that smoke up in service. Well, you should probably throw something in front of that because there's still the ADS. But set up the smoke in front of that and try and plant behind that smoke. Of course, use your Glass, who, if you didn't know, can in fact look through smokes. To get a kill on anyone who's approaching your team. But without a Glass, that strat seems impossible to do. Armum already at the start of the round taking huge amounts of damage. He's just over half of his health. Which, of course, isn't looking too good for him. Phenom already inside offices. We'll see Falco, who's moving around, will be taken out immediately. And with that, let's look at the defensive strategy. We've got Craigston in bars. We've got Kabuta upstairs trying to see if anyone is coming from inside. And just good, roaming around, trying to secure the second floor. So, with the first kill going in for Phenom. This, with a 5v4, is looking good for the first round win in the overtime for DiversityGG. Of course, this still doesn't mean anything. Because New Kicks can still come back. Kabouter upstairs. Trying to hold off, trying to defend against his enemy team. That's good on Legion. In the hallway, just trying to see anyone who may be upstairs. I'm thinking, is there anyone upstairs? Yes, actually, and Just Good is on his way to kill him. Actually, Just Good getting down in the courtyard. There is someone right next to him. But he won't be able to see that one. That's Zyro on the Twitch. Just waiting in aquarium for him to push. He of course heard him going out. Still, he's going to be taken out by Just Good. Just Good, you've got one Claymore right in front of you. Please don't walk into that. You're on 1 HP. Wow. Okay, still, Zyro staying, Just Good staying alive. Getting the kill on Zyro. But on the other hand, this is good news. Not the best news, but still some okay news for Diversity, because Just Good is down with one flashbang that hits him directly. Still, somehow, Just Good is able to get another kill and huge amounts of damage against Armem, who will now be taken out by Kraxen. Repro and Phenom now the last two players alive. Doesn't matter if your Legion is low on health. If that Legion is still staying alive and if he's not being seen by anyone, he is going to do the work. He is going to bring out the firepower. And a good starting round for Diversity is now quickly diverting to a good round for New Kicks. Kabauta getting the kill against Repro, and now it's all down to Phenom in a 4v1. And Just Good on 1 HP might still able to make it. Kabauta dying to Phenom. Phenom's got the diffusers on his way in. Will be seen by Ed. Ed taking off the last kill and bringing this to the 6-5 map point for New Kicks Turbo. So, DiversityGG now needs to win 2 rounds in a row. It is possible, definitely. They can do this. But for now, it is definitely looking better for New Kicks. Panda's Theater defense going in for Diversity. They bring the smoke and the mirror. Ash, Ying, Glass on the attacking side. A Jäger coming out with a Bandit for the defense. Blackbit and Ibana again to attack. Phenom sitting on Ela. Sitting on Vigil. Question is Vigil going to be 6th pick to Ela? Because Phenom wasn't sure about his pick. Panda's Theater is still in there. And for now, no one is going to pick that 6th pick of any one of those operators. There's still 10 seconds to do so. Phenom will definitely pick it, but not on Ela, but on the Legion. With no IQ on the other side, those 2 mines are practically invisible. Which is theoretically and practically right, because they are practically invisible. That's their gimmick. Setup for the Panda's Theater. They again, of course, bring cracks. What I find interesting, cracks. Of course, they bring cracks as one of our players. They bring cracks on the mirror. What I find interesting is most teams open up that second wall, just like that on the right. Maybe without the mirror, maybe with the mirror. What Krax is actually doing is setting up one wall completely reinforced with, of course, another window, a second window into the side. But there's no way of them shooting through that wall, which I find interesting because next to no one does that. And they really need to win this defensive round, because if they don't, we are going to go into our second map, which will be Consulate, with, well, New Kicks sitting in a 1-0 lead. I'm at now not missing the smoke, but also not seeing anyone on site. At least opening up that hatch towards the bathroom. Needs to be careful not to fall in too fast. Phenom as Legion, just waiting in South Hallway for anyone to come through. That first C4 is doing nothing. That's a complete waste by Armor. A C4 that might have been better thrown later into the round, but he's trying to get a kill through the window, which isn't going to work out for now. I'm at now, hitting as Glass, trying to see if he can find anyone, which is for now not going to be the case. Still smoke going in. Ed is already dropped down, and he's going to try to use that smoke to find those enemy players, and he's doing huge amounts of damage against Zyro, who's right now staying behind the soft wall and taking huge damage. He's down to 20 HP. And yeah, that mirror isn't going to save you if you've got a Glass right behind that, who's going to see the top of your head. You're lucky, Zyro, that he didn't shoot that. still a 5v5. Zyro is alive, and I've said that the last time. Doesn't matter how much health you have, as long as you're alive, the firepower is still there. Smoke going into the bathroom, hoping he can somehow take out IamMBenji. Kabouter taking some damage, but he's already on site. He's probably been seen, has he? Just good, finding 2 kills. Diffuser already planted. It's now down to a 3v2v5. Just good on 2 kills. Could actually try to go in from behind. Craxon getting the second kill against Armam, and Kabouter getting the kill against Crax. 7-5, 11 kills on IamMBenji. And for New Kicks, the first round. A 1-0 with Coastline in the hand, and a 7-5. And a Consulate will be our second map of today. So, with this 1-0 right here, I will quickly go into a break to just set up everything. And I'll say, GG, well played for that first map to both teams. Really close with a 7-5. 10 kills on 3 players, 11 on 1. And, of course, the win for New Kicks Turbo. I'll see you back after a 5-minute break. So then, just have... Alright, now that OBS isn't completely dying on me, just a little bit. Not looking perfect, but okay. Yeah, going into our second map, and I actually reset that. No, but we are going to lose the glass, which I thought was going to happen last time, but no. New Kicks Turbo, who are starting as our defending team, will get out the glass right away. Diversity, therefore, on our second ban, which, yeah, I don't know. Could be anything. I'm not going to guess that it's going to be Maverick. It is going to be IQ, which is interesting. We've seen IQ played frequently last game. I did not feel like she did too much, but still, Diversity getting that ban in. Now need to get the first defensive ban against New Kicks Turbo, who of course will play defense first. And that ban will hit our good old friend, the... Maestro. Maestro will be out, which... I thought was really just a liability for Diversity. Was it Diversity, actually? I think it was. They played Maestro immediately in the beginning and just got lit up with him. But on the other hand, he did do good for them. They nearly won a round 3 in Maestro. So, it's a double-edged knife. Of course, there's going to be the Clash ban. Of course, no one likes a operator that's just screaming in your face. I'm guessing it's not going to be that reason for the ban, but in my mind, I am happy with thinking that it's that. Exactly. So, Consulate. Consul, the first defense. We are going to see the Echo, Legion, Mira, and Pulse, apparently. Kabouter still picking the Jäger on the attack. We are going to see Hibana, Zofia, Ash, Thermite, and Sledge. I actually don't know how often, why Clash is banned so often. I mean, yes, she's annoying, but in my experience, Clash hasn't been the strongest operator. I mean, yes, granted, I haven't played ranked so often. Well, I have played ranked frequently in the last few days, but I haven't actually seen a Clash player too often.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being used by attackers.
Take it with a grain of salt. But I haven't seen anyone play a successful Clash for now, which I find interesting. I feel like the eSport scene isn't even giving Clash a fair shot at anything, at existing in general. But on the other hand, I feel like she kind of took the place of Mira, because first we always had Mira being banned, now it's Clash, and I really like seeing Mira back. Really, I missed her. Just having the big ol'... She's Australian, isn't she? Whatever Mira is, just having her and her windows, her shotgun. Yeah.
Attackers recovered the bomb
I'm
diffuser.
pretty sure she's
Attackers
Australian.
locate and defuse
Can
the
you
bomb.
talk once, please? Parker now on set mirror, just sitting outside, hoping he can find a kill on anyone who's coming by. He will not be able to do so, but is at least staying alive for now. Pyro, pretty careful outside, trying to see if anyone is going to try and spawn peek him. He's of course looking at the same window Falco just peeked. Falco of course now moved out of position, will not be faced by that at all. He will get some attention towards office though, or administration actually. Find one drone. He's actually still set up with one mirror, and I don't know, should maybe try to set that up at some point. He's going to see one drone, that drone will immediately be taken out. Of course, Falco's position therefore completely known, but that shouldn't face him too much. Armam already on his way inside. Falco still staying alive. He's getting so much attention from the enemy team. Okay. That is interesting. I am quickly going to try and get the team's attention back to rehost this. Yes, just a short little break. Never had that before. And my connection actually did it drop? I feel like it didn't, but I've dropped some frames. Well, I've got some time till they are done with their first round. So, I'll just quickly take a break and I'll see you all back with our second map. That never happened to me. Okay, we are back. Luckily, you can reconnect in this game. Yeah, 1-0 going in for DiversityGG. Really not happy with the fact that I'm not going to be able to see how that turned out. Also not happy with that probably being affected by my internet provider. But seeing that I'm in a student's dorm, I can't actually change anything on the provider. So I have to deal with that. But 1-0 going in for diversity. That is now the case. We are not going to be able to see that around again, because there's no rehosting if the caster drops, which in my opinion is just fair. So, and of course there's also no rehosting if anyone in the middle of the round drops, which why would it for the caster? So, got the first round for diversity, who I will remind you of that are sitting back 1-0. They need to win this map for us to go to Clubhouse. They lost 7-5 on Coastline. So they are trying the hardest to win Consulate. Next defense point is going to be downstairs, the garage. They, on the defense, bring Falco as bandit, but Falco is not going to try to bandit trick at all. Will find one drone and is not risking his life with those players who are now trying to go into Visa. Just good. Right now in admin. He's definitely hearing one player. That probably Armam. He's right around the side. We are definitely going to train drone throwing. I mean, it happens. It really does. And not even to him, to everyone. But still, on the other side, Zyro, with Armam still being distracted with his own drone, is already on his way inside. And he could have seen the bandit at least. He is going to see Just Good on the Legion. And that is a problem for both players up there. Because Just Good is going to push the Hibana towards the bandit. Who's not now, of course, walking to another side. Kabouter, now slowly on his way out, will be seen by Zyro. And now Just Good, completely alone in a 1v, I think it's a 1v5 with 5 players upstairs in the second floor. Yeah, Zyro needs to get the way, needs to make his way out of there. Not Zyro, Just Good. Zyro, of course, with 1 kill. Also making his way out of there, but therefore finding the kill against Just Good. is also now going to be seen by Falco. Falco, who is going to bring this to a 3v4, but that is still just a 2-for-1 trade. That is not good enough for New Kicks Turbo. DiversityGG bringing this up to a 3v4 and might as well try to bring this to a 2-0. Which is, of course, going to be the next thing they are trying. X now on the Thermite. He's got Armor right with him. They've lost their Hibana, and that is not looking too good for them, because that means they can't actually open up those hatches. On the other side, they still have Cracks, and I've completely ignored him, because he's playing Thermite, and of course he can still open up the necessary hatches. He's got 2 charges, 2 hatches. That's good enough. Venom looking. He can maybe find any one of his enemy players. A pro slowly on his way inside, down yellow stairs. Falco with his back turned. And the Zephyr is slowly coming out, but will walk into a goo. Falco will use that and find the kill against Ripro. Ripro, who had the right idea where Falco might be, but actually walked out with his grenade launcher. Ahmed finding the kill against Phenom, and the last 10 seconds now ensuing. Cracks really needs to get the diffuser down. Falco finding that kill, Falco finding Armor, and bringing this to the 2-0. There, 1-1. New Kicks Turbo actually wanted to have. And 1-1 means, well, that New Kicks is not going to be able to play the garage again for the next 2 rounds. But at least that they were able to bring this back. Also, who was it? Falco on 3 kills that round? I think it was 3. He got the Hibana first, then the Zephyr. No, actually 4 kills. 4 kills for Falco, which is looking so exceptionally good. That's actually all 4 kills he's got in the game, but that's more than enough, because if they win the round, yeah, that's it. Also, seeing that means that DiversityGG was actually able to win their first round flawlessly without even losing a player. Which, of course, we weren't able to see. And them winning a round flawlessly really makes me want to go back to that round again. But, yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Happens, does it? Just good that it doesn't happen too often. Really don't like that Render 6 immediately puts you out. On the other hand, really like that you can at least rejoin. So what else is going to happen on the what's happening on the scoreboard? Dyro on 4 kills, which puts him completely with Falco. Ripro on 2 kills, and those 2 kills on Ripro will actually bring them up with 7 kills, which is in fact 2 kills more than New Kicks has right now. Still, the whole thing is going to be the 1-1.
5 seconds left before insertion.
So yeah, looking even for both teams. Just a little bit better for Diversity, but in the end, kills don't actually matter. What matters is how many rounds you are able to win. Falco on his way up into Visas. Visas. Now will not be anyone. He still has 1 Shockwire, and he's also brought 1 Nitro Cell. That C4 is going to be used to try and get a kill. The Jäger, the Mira, both will be spotted by Cracks. Phenom on the other side as the Ash. In a good position to try and at least get those kills. I'm actually in a really interesting position. Opens up the soft part of the wall, which he had reinforced, to try and get a kill against enemies rappelling in. That position on the fridge should be known, but Armin won't even deal any damage against that. Ad finding the first kill, bringing this to a 4v4, but he needs to be careful, because Phenom is still on the side. Wait, where is he? Should be, yeah, he's right on the side to IamMBenji. So he needs to be careful that he's not getting pushed by that Ash, who's now actually given... Wait. So IamMBenji should know that Ash is around. Still, about Crackson All three are going to try and come in. Phenom getting 1 kill against Ed will bring this to a 4v3. Rypro going in, finding another kill, bring this to a 2v4. Rypro, although on the ground. Just good getting the kill against Zyro. Craxon getting another one, and now this is all down to a 2v2. Just good and Craxon against Craxon Rypro. So Craxon on his way inside. Rypro still waiting as Sophia. The drone will now be used. Craxon is waiting on his yokai. Is at least seeing where that Sophia is headed to. Just good. Right now will be seen by an E1D. Will be seen by an E1D. That E1D is coming out. And that is used by Crax to come in from behind, get that kill against Just Good. And now it's all down to Craxon. Craxon at least finding Crax is now in a 1v2, finding the kill against Rypro. And bringing that 1v2 to a 2-1. A 1v2 clutch and therefore a 2-1 for Newkicks Turbo. To give themselves the edge to win round 3. 2-1, and of course, Newkicks already with 1 map lead. If they are able to win this second map, they are going to reinforce their spot in the Winter Benelux League, which is now for Diversity to prevent. For that, they right now need to get this second map. If they don't, not all hope is lost, of course. They are going to move on to the losers bracket. But it's not looking too good for them at that point. Echo, Mira, Legion, Bandit, Jäger going into lobby press room. Lion, Ash, Zephyr, Hibana, and Ying on the attack. Lobby press room defense. Oh yeah, of course. We've seen the garage. We've seen admin. Yeah, of course they are now going to try the lobby because they have no other choice than doing that or, well, right? Oh wait. Yes, you could do that also, yeah. I was just thinking, where's the second bomb going? But yeah, of course, it's going into pieces. So, yeah. They still have 2 choices, but the second one... virtually no one does that ever. So, Kabauta...
10 seconds to
now is Jäger on his way. He try and defend from upstairs. He's got Falco with him. He's got the Legion on Just Good. Downstairs we've got Ed and Craxon. The Mira and the Echo just trying to defend. And not the spot alone. Actually, Kabota also dropping down. Falco is also downstairs, but could use that staircase immediately to get upstairs again. But is going to use the service stairs to get downstairs into the cafeteria and from that to the garage. But at least he's staying alive. Have I seen it correctly? Yes. I'm at. Right now is Mira in the break room. The position he's been in the last 3 rounds at least might even have been the last 4 rounds. Well, that one included, of course.
Attackers
About a corridor, trying to see if he can find any one of his enemy players. Just Good getting the first kill against the Hibana, bringing this all down to a 4v5. Rex already on the window, trying to see into admin. Needs to be careful because he has practically no idea where anyone could be. Phenom close to Falco! Falco now pushing up, but he will stay alive. He will swiftly move back, revert to another position, and try and stay alive. The Pro also trying to deal some damage against Falco. Falco is now staying alive next to service stairs. But is really lucky because he could have been killed by Phenom by Ash. Finding another kill. Just Good, still upstairs. Well, actually dropped downstairs. Will be seen by an E1D. Jackson trying to get one player with his Echo yokai. And that is Rypro. Rypro is still staying alive, getting the kill against Kabauta. Will be dropped. Phenom finding the kill against Just Good. Of course, Rypro can get himself up, but will, of course, then be pushed by Craxon, who will bring this to a 2-3. Sophia is just such a great character. By sheer will force, that operator can bring herself back up. Another kill going in for Cracks. Falco will fall here. And now it's all down to Crackson, who's in a 1v3. Drones coming down will be taken out by Crackson. But E1D coming in. Crackson needs to stand still. He hasn't got much room to move. Trying to see if we can find anyone upstairs, which is not going to be the case. Crackson moving in from behind will at least see the Ying. Armum will fall to the ground. That's the diffuser down. He will also see the Lion. Try and get him through the wall. Lion still staying alive. Crackson taking some damage from behind. 2v1. Crackson still being flashed. That flashbang won't do nothing. Cracks now on his way through, finding the last headshot, bringing this to a 2-2. And again, this second map is staying close, really close. No one is getting the lead too much. Of course, you're getting one round, but no one is really getting the edge against their enemy team. With that first round for DiversityGG, which probably looked promising for them, meaning they had no one dying, had a flawless round. And after that, yeah, this has been a really close match on both sides. Mira, Echo, Legion, Bandit, Jäger for New Kicks. On the Cafeteria Garage defense, again, it's been some time. They can go back down there. And Lion, Ash, Zephyr, Hibana, and Sledge on the attack. We have seen Armon playing the Sledge, I think, every time. We're probably going to see Crackson again playing this in admin office, which I feel like he does really well, and he also gets the help from his team. Of course, you've got the problem if you're playing this in admin office, and you've got one player who's got one good position, and it's just sneaking up from behind. You are cornered. You've got no way out of there except for opening up that hatch, which will be hurt. Meaning you are completely cut off your team. On the other hand, that mostly never happens, and admin office is mostly the one point most people try to go in.
10 seconds
But
to
actually,
go.
is Crackson going to try and do that again? I think he did that last time they played Garage. For now, he's holding security.
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
Crackson opening up those walls, trying to see if he can find any one of his enemy, of the enemy players. Cracks now on the line, droning in. He's got one in conceal, will at least find Kabauta, who's right there as Jäger, at least finding the drones, trying to get them out. He's good also alive. Upstairs, Falco, making his way to service stairs, could at least try to get in upstairs as well. Cracks right now on the balcony. He's got the Sledge with him. Phenom finding the first kill. Will take out just good. There's still one player alive. That's Kabauta. And I think he's completely alone up there on the second floor. He will see the Ash. Get the kill on Phenom. Bring it to a 4v4. Really good kill for by him. Using that killer to try and get a kill. The other side, there's also Falco. He now needed to move downstairs. Zyro already on his way inside. Of course, Craigs and Armon still trying to make their way in. The Pro running up upstairs as well. And I think Diversity should soon realize that they indeed have gotten the control of the second floor. Now that they need to do is get the control of the first floor. For that, I'm at with his yokai, but at least concussion, confuse one player on the enemy side. That drone is still alive, but Craigs will soon find that and, well, at least take that out. Now dropping down will be Armum. Kabauta getting the first kill against Armum will be pushed from behind by Zyro. Zyro at least taking him out, bringing this to a 3v3. Still 3 kills on Kabauta, and Falco is still alive. Getting another kill against Repro, getting upstairs, trying to get behind his enemy team. It's a 2v3 and a 2-2-2. That last one was a score, not 3-2s. I have not gone completely insane. Falco now above the lobby. Will at least see the Ibana. Zyro will run completely into his shots. Get the headshot on himself. And Craigs is now the last player alive. He's on yellow stairs. He's in a 1v3. He still has 2 E1Ds, which I don't like. because you really should use them going in. Having two E1Ds seems completely unnecessary. But still, he's going to be able to find the first kill. See the second yokai and take that out as well. First E1D is going to come in, but he's got 15 seconds. He needs to get kills. He needs to plant the diffuser. And right below him is the Echo Ed finding the first kill and bringing this to the 3-2 for New Kids Turbo. And again, to remind you, it's a best of 3. New Kids Turbo already were able to win the first map. If they win the second one, they win the whole match. So, them being in the lead isn't the best sign for Diversity. 3-2. Diversity being 1 round behind. A 1 round lead going in for New Kids Turbo. Hibana, Lion, Ash, Buck, Ying on the attack. For the defense, Consul Office meeting. Smoke, Pulse, Legion, Valkyrie and Jäger. We've got Pulse, Legion and Jäger probably roaming around, and Cracks on Smoke and Zyro on Valkyrie standing on tight. Trying to anchor, and on Zyro's, in Zyro's case, of course, trying to find his enemy team. So now the attack for New Kids Turbo. Their defenses were well executed if they worked, of course. Can't say anything about the first one, but I'm really guessing that wasn't too well executed, seeing they haven't even got 1 kill. They got the lead from playing defense, but they now need to try and win it all together, actually. So Craig's now playing Smoke. Again, bringing the shotgun, probably going to the SMG-11. Yes.
10 seconds to
I mean, you could. Some people argue that at this point the pistol's better than the
5 seconds to
SMG-11,
go.
but I really don't think so. Like, the SMG still's got some charm to it. They'll use it very well and succeed. But I mean, maybe at some point we are actually going to see a player trying to play a Smoke with the shotgun and the pistol. Maybe. Maybe at some point pistols are going to be buffed into oblivion. In that case, the godlike position, like in Counter-Strike, for example.
Just a little bit.
Wait. Pistol meta and all that. I really don't hope this is going to be the case for Rainbow Six, because I like the place where we at with pistols. Not being next to useless, but being a okay secondary if at least your primary is completely empty. Amon now trying to see his enemy team. I'm at. Drone. To drone in. And Kabata sitting outside trying to see anyone in Spiral. First kill going in for Just Good. He's already down in Tellus. Trying to find his enemy team. He's turning up. Vex still sitting in front of Yellow. And I think Venom was just able to spot Just Good. I don't know if it's really Just Good, but he definitely saw someone. I think actually it might be IamMBenji. Just Good right now on his way towards Spiral. But Kabata right behind him. A 4v5. Cracks still staying alive. Still in cabinet. Still good enough to try and hold off Yellow stairs. What service? He's pulls. He's just trying to see his enemy team, but he won't be able to find anyone. They're pro right with him. Might as well try and change position. Amon trying to get a kill from up above, which is not going to be happening right now. Repro being spotted by a drone. 45 seconds left to go. The time right now running out for New Kicks. Amon taking some more damage. Falco taking him out from down below. Right now, IamMBenji getting the next kill. Cracks dropping down, will be seen by an E1D, will therefore be killed by Falco. Now it's all down to Repro. 5v1. The diffuser will soon be planted. He will be seen by Just Good. And Just Good therefore bring this to the 4-2. And New Kicks Turbo, therefore the first team in this map to actually get a 2-round lead. And, well, New Kicks right there again. Like I said, I don't really like if you're wasting time, if you're not going in immediately and just setting up forever without actually doing anything. But in that case, they didn't actually, they didn't do anything wrong because they set up. They took their time with setting up, which is a risk, especially if your enemy team has an echo, which I think wasn't the case here. They took their time setting up, droning in, but they saw all their enemy players. They knew what they had to do. They had Falco downstairs, who played an impressive back, getting 1 kill from downstairs. Cracks just dropping right into his sideline. And with that, they are good to go. They bring this to a 4-2. Consul office meeting again coming out. If Diversity can't switch anything up, we are going to see a match point, and not even 1 but 3. So Diversity, they really need to win Consul right now.
Attackers need to locate and
This
defuse bombs.
might be one of their last shots at winning this. Vex right now, setting up his smoke. Top players right behind him. Of course, if you've missed anything, the first map, not the first round of the second map, because we've missed it off. The first map, the first game we had today, which was between Cryptick and New Kicks Turbo. Go come and join my YouTube channel, which is indeed the same name, or just look up
10 seconds to
the
go.
2 teams that played on YouTube and go in to find my YouTube channel to try and get the VODs. The VODs should be up always on the consecutive game on the next day. Like around 3 or 4 in the morning, depending on how much I need to render. But they are up fairly quickly into the morning. So yeah, if you've missed anything and you'd like to see more Rainbow Six Siege, especially in this relegation, do that on my YouTube. But right now, enough for the plugs. We are going to go back into the game, which right now 30 seconds in the action phase are gone. Kabouter already on his way inside, at least droning out, trying to see where his enemy is coming from. X still sitting upstairs, trying to see if he can find any of his enemy players. Venom on the Valkyrie. What's the hallway? Still staying alive. So is Ripro. E1D coming out. Being seen by said E1D, which isn't like the best starting point for him, but he's at least staying alive for now. Just get together with Falco from downstairs, which is going to be a hard thing for the player, the smoke cracks, who's upstairs, because Falco already showed that he can do so much on a back coming from downstairs. Cracks isn't in the best position right here. Another player coming from outside, trying to get toward yellow stairs. That's IamMBenji. He needs to be careful because Cracks got a perfect position to that. But Cracks is now out of the game. Just Kid coming from downstairs, finding that headshot, bringing this all to a 4-3v5. Kabouter with another kill against Armam. Now a 3v5. Zyro towards Spiral. Will go directly into the lobby. There's another player right with him. He will find the kill against Falco. 3v4. Zyro on his way outside, trying to see anyone towards balcony. His position will now be known. He will be seen by the E1D. Needs to be careful that Just Good doesn't find the headshot, which he will be able to do. So now a 2v4. The Legion on Ripro still in console, trying to get the heat out of the game. Venom still able to get the kill against Kabouter. 35 seconds left to go. And New Kicks really needs to be careful that they don't lose track of the time. IamMBenji getting another kill, and time shouldn't be the problem because Venom is now in a 1v3. And if Venom really wins this because they run out of time, I don't know what to say. Flashbang coming in. Venom completely flashed. Will be seen by a drone. At least I think so. 15 seconds. 10 seconds left to go. They need to get the plant. Venom still staying alive in meeting, will be pushed by another player. It's the Lion. IamMBenji on the ground. Also, Just Good on the ground. And it's now down. It's not all down to Craxon. who's in a 1v1. C4 coming in. Phenom getting the kill against Just Good. Will be seen by Craxon. Craxon dealing huge amounts of damage against him. And will find the headshot. And that round nearly made out, went completely out of the hands of New Kicks Turbo. But in the end, Craxon is able to clutch it in a 1v1. If Phenom really was going to be able to clutch this 2v1, 1v3, no, like, that really shouldn't happen. Still, 5-2, 3 match points going in for New Kicks Turbo. Cafeteria, garage, whatever you want to call it. Echo, Vigil, Jäger, Legion, and Bandit on the defense. Hibana, Lion, Ash, Blitz, and Ying on the attack. The Legion actually going to be 6th pick towards the Caveira. I'm really glad we're going to see more of Caveira in the latest season, because Caveira is an interesting operator, especially an interesting roamer with so many capabilities and so much to do back being picked on Falco. And of course on a map like Consulate with 3 floors everywhere constantly, and you've got the spiral staircase, you've got yellow, and you've got service. And you've got so many hatches to work with if you really need to drop down quickly. This is a great map for roamers. Like, 3 floors, 3 staircases. Yes, please. So, Vigil on Phenom, Jäger on Ripro, and Zyro on the Caveira. I'm going to be interested to see if Armam is going to roam with his Bandit as well, because he could try to do so. He could also try to stay in the garage and Bandit trick, which probably won't be necessary, because the only operator to actually hard breach on the enemy side, on the attacking side, will be Craxon on the Hibana. So, is there going to be someone Bandit trick? On speaking, which quick answer is going to be no. Actually, what I find interesting, no matter what you did, New Kicks Turbo was always setting their defense towards admin. Phenom right now in admin being lit up. He's down to 20 HP. Really isn't the best place to start this out. I know there's one player upstairs, Phenom, and he can't take so much more damage. Like I was going to say, New Kicks really base their defense like around admin office. Am I lagging or are they lagging?
Attackers have located a bomb.
Okay, I haven't dropped any frames, but that looked interesting. Can I just finish my sentence? Always basing their defense around administration office, which Diversity really isn't doing. But also New Kicks isn't actually attacking from there. Flashbangs going in, Kabauta trying to get into security. There's the Echo. Echo will fall. That's Cracks completely out of the game. 4v5. Still, Phenom coming from behind. Zyro getting the kill against Just Good. Just Good, lucky he wasn't interrogated. But Zyro on the spas, finding a second kill. And Ripro with the third one, and now it's all down to IamMBenji, who will be found by Armam. And this is quickly going to be v5-3. Really well played right there for Zyro. And now, that was one great example to why you should always try and clear all 2 top floors. At least have one player there sitting and watching your back. Because what New Kicks Turbo was, they got into Visa. Was it Visa? Yes. Immediately dropped down the hatch, and they were in server room. And from there, they tried to push forward, which then was used by the Vigil and the Caveira to drop in through said hatch, come right behind the enemy team, and get those necessary kills. If you're not going to pay attention, if someone is coming from your backside, yes, you are going to die a swift death. So a 5-3 console meeting, again coming out for Diversity, who now need to be shaking, because they are now playing console meeting. If they lose this, like they have 2 or 3 times before, 2 times before, this is now going to be the 2-0 for New Kicks, who are now going to set their place in the league in stone.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
Diversity
attackers.
then goes to the losers bracket and has one more shot at least doing this. Actually, 2 more shots because they are going to try and battle for the 5th place. Are they? Yes. Really need to look at this again, but I really think it was like that. But even if they win this, like, think about this. What options do they have open? They've got, of course, Consuls, which they are doing right now and has to work.
10 seconds
After that
left
lobby,
before insertion.
and then Tellus and Server Room, which are 2 sides you really don't want to stand on. But if you are going to win Consuls, and mind you, they need to, they don't have another choice, because they can't go back into the garage. So, as long as they don't pull a great defense on lobby, which, let's be honest, is probably going to be what they are defending next if they are winning this, I'm going to say this is nearly decided. They really need to have a great defense on the in the next round, and of course then win this one again. This is just a really hard thing to do for them. So Repro now on the SMG, trying to find a kill on anyone. Valkyrie got drone outside. He's got cams outside, trying to see his enemy team. Actually, damage done against Falco. Falco down on the ground will be picked up successfully, but will take even more damage. He's now down to 35 HP. Zyro getting the next kill against Just Good, and this is now a 4v5. E1D coming in. Zyro getting the kill against Falco, and this is looking really good. 3v5. I'm at least seeing where Zyro's at. However, he will be pushed from behind by Kabauta, who is probably the best man for the job, because Kabauta is really doing the work. Flashbangs going in, will see the Legion with his back turned toward him. Zyro will fall, and therefore we are going to a 3-4. How many kills are on Kabauta? Actually, 5 is down in the scoreboard, which I didn't expect. Still, Kabauta finding the kill against Armor will take out the Goo Mine and bring this to a 3v3. I've said he's down in the scoreboard. Still, he's been able to bring a 3v5 to a 3v3. And a round that really looked like Diversity is going to win this is now still open for New Kicks Turbo. Rex as a dog, still hoping anyone will attack from administration. The private bathroom. Repro right with him in meeting. Trying to spot out anyone. Now, not going to be happening, but he's got the Lion right with him.
A bomb has been located.
It's just waiting for Phenom to push. Phenom outside will actually see the Caveira, but gives his position away in the meantime. Phenom moving around. Will just completely ignore the line and take huge amounts of damage. He's now down to half of his health. Still another kill going in for Cracks, and this is now a 2v3. Phenom getting the kill against Ed, and now it's all down to Craxon. Craxon with 4 seconds left to go. 25 HP. He isn't going to be able to do this. Will be killed by Cracks. And now, what is Diversity going to do? Still actually dropping connections sometimes, I feel like, but I mean, better than nothing, I think. Really hope the problem is going to fix itself, because I have no idea what actually is the problem. Well, I mean, I'm living in Germany. Of course I know the problem. It is Germany, but internet in Germany is a thing. I remind you of like 5, 6, 7 years ago, where actually our chancellor said that the internet is fairly new, which, let's be honest, it isn't. But my quick rant about any internet company in Germany aside, now the defense for Diversity. Lobby press room, bringing Pulse, Echo, Jäger, Valkyrie, and the dog on 6 pick to Rook. Hibana, Lion Capital, Blitz, and Ying Capital was Ash before on the attack. and a sweating Diversity. Because
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
they need to win this, but this is one of the hardest sites to win. If they are able to win this, we're at least going into an overtime. Which means they might be able to bring us to a clubhouse, a third map. If they don't, well, 6-4. Second map is over. New Kicks, who are already leading 1-0, will get a 2-0 and therefore win the whole best of 3. Red Player right now is Jäger just setting up. He's got Cracks right with him. And Armor also right upstairs. Phenom actually playing this as Valkyrie from upstairs for now. Just throwing the last cameras out there. He's got Repro with him. He still has 1 ADS. And might try to play this in meeting room. Because, well, you could try to play meeting room to open up the, like, floor right here. And see if anyone is coming from down below. Which it feels like he's not going. And actually, in a normal rogue fashion, there's one player, Phenom actually, who hasn't actually picked up his armor. Repro right now, trying to defend himself against 2 players. Just good, getting the kill through the wall will bring this to a 4v5. But there's still Phenom alive. And I reckon, yeah, Greg's already on his way upstairs. So they are bringing this to a 2v4. Phenom is not completely alone. There's also the Echo who's now trying to do something with his yokais. Phenom seeing the Ibana outside will at least get the injure, but the Ibana can still be easily picked up. The Capital just walking completely besides him, just good, will be killed by Phenom. IamMBenji and Falco finding 1 kill each. Phenom still staying alive, C4 coming out, will not take out the Blitz. Falco getting the knife kill, and now it's all down to Cracks. Cracks in a 3v1. The Blitz at least getting the Hibana up. The diffuser should already be planted by IamMBenji. Do they know where the Rook is? Cracks still upstairs, still staying alive. You will actually see IamMBenji. And right now, this is the time where you should try and get downstairs. Well, now you shouldn't, because now Cracks is downstairs. And also, Falco, down on the ground, will be picked up by Cracks again. IamMBenji also repelling downstairs. And now Cracks, 1v3. He needs to do this to at least get an overtime. 1 minute left to go, 50 seconds. He's going to be seen by another drone. And I don't think he can. I don't think he can actually do this. So I think this is going to be the 6-4v2nd map for New Kicks eSport. New Kicks Turbo. Cracks will be in front of Falco. Falco being killed by Cracks. 2v1. The Blitz out of the game. Cracks not even taking damage. And be pushed by another player. This might be the chance, the opportunity was looking for. Half of his health still there. He will at least know where the lion is at. Try to get that kill, but he's now down to 25 HP. The Ibana could push from behind it any minute. Another flashbang coming out. He still has a line completely in front of him. Will take him out at least. He's now on the diffuser. The Ibana needs to move around. Craxton, the diffuser is already being diffused. You need to move around, and he will find the last kill and bring the 6-4 into the hands of New Kicks Turbo. Not the last second kill I was expecting, but a really close round at the end in a 1v3 clutch actually, which didn't actually work. So, New Kicks Turbo securing their place into the league, securing their place into the Benelux Winter League. They're the first team to actually win the relegation. So, as a second team already won, let's just quickly look at this. Why don't we? Load that, give you a bracket. Not actually the lower one. Let's go to the upper bracket. We've got Free Gains versus OG Squad, who are going to be casted by Medics, but I think that's his last map So, yes, 3 games, of course, on the first, what's it called again? The first seeding place. So, a really hard game to do for OG Squad, who won 7-6 against Hotshots. A really, really close one. But they can still do this. Actually going to the lower bracket, Cryptick winning against Team Sonic are going to be in round 4-2. Question is, Diversity, are they going down in the upper 4-2 or the lower 4-2? We will find out any minutes. Actually, doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. I promised Crypticks that I am going to cast them again. Diversity right now in round 4-2. So, what you can do is go to the channel of Medics, Rainbow Six Adria, send him my love, of course, and as soon as he's finished, I'll see you all back in the round 4-2 with Cryptick Gaming against, well, the loser of that match right there. I'll see you all back in a minute or two, depending on how long that is. Like I said, go send my boy Medics some love. Go up to his chat and, well, cheer for whoever you want. And after that's done, I think he's stopping, so you might as well come back to me if you want some more Rainbow Six Siege action. If you want to request a cast, if you want me to cast your team, go down to my Discord. It is very well appreciated, and I really try to cast everything I can. Thank you to Mr. Envy for the 1-bit. Thank you so much. And actually for the 101 bits. Ah, okay. Thank you so much for the 101 bits for the cheer. Also, thank you to... No, I said that already, but still. Thank you, Toxic, for the follow. Thank you for everyone who's followed or donated in cheering. You can also donate normally, of course, but I mean, everything works. You don't have to. This is completely free for anyone. Still, thank you, Mr. Envy and Dark, for you two donations or cheerings. I hope I'll see you all back another time, maybe even today. Like I said, there's just a short break going to come. So we are going to go into our third and last match, which will be Cryptick against whoever wins. Whoever wins in that upper bracket match. I'll see you all back in just a minute. Like I said, much love to any one of you who just followed or donated or just came to watch.